I think it's really important. The conversations have started to become more public for athletes around mental health. But I think it's important that mental health, that we all are honest about the fact that mental health is not just for referees. It's essential for us as officials too. We're in there making high stakes decisions in real time, and we're managing intense pressure. And we are called to maintain composure in emotionally charged environments. And it's a particular kind of performance that requires more than just physical readiness. And so the conversations for athletes, it kind of trickles down and started. You're seeing some destigmatization there, but it's time. It's time that we catch up. We don't want to be behind because we're part of the game. I'm going to get to some specifics here. I think in general, it's important to recognize that we carry stress and criticism and self-doubt just like anyone else. I mean, we're trained professionals and we work at high levels. And somebody asked me the other day, like, what it was like to break up a fight in a game. And I was like, oh, you're not scared. You're so immersed in the role of what you're doing. It's like a role immersion. Like you don't have time to sit back and think like, what's going to happen here? So you're really fully putting on the role and the responsibility of what it is to be an official. But the other side of that is we do carry that stress and criticism and self-doubt. And so when pressures build without support, it can impact not only our own well-being and our mind and our body and our relationships in our lives, but it also can affect our performance on the court or field. And so I'm thinking about what I'm wanting to offer people, and I'll connect this with my own experience in the last 5 years specifically, Sony. I'd say I tore my ACL on the court in 2018. So had a full ACL reconstruction and returned to court. And then I also had my daughter during that time. So there was a lot to figure out around what are my priorities? How do I manage these values that are coming together, take care of my own physical health? We're adding family into the mix. And I talk about those roles, like how do I move between roles of being a mother, being a referee, being a friend, being all of these things. And so I think in some ways it just really came to a head for me all at once. And when I got back onto the court, I realized I've always been a competitor and I've always leaned into high achieving roles. But I learned how important it was to actually take a gentler approach with myself, both physically and mentally. And so something in the past, maybe I would have been like, no, let's push limits. Let's go hard. Let's go hard. Let's go hard. Well, as you age, as you take on more responsibility, as the work gets more difficult, I think it's more important that we gain flexibility. And so part of my increasing my flexibility, mental flexibility, was around being a little more gentle and accepting what is it to accept the mistakes that I'm making